Our Gulf Coast MakerCon 2015 coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Go ahead and imagine presenting the thinnest and lightest Surface ever, the Surface 3. The perfect balance of performance and value for students, families, and more. Pre-order yours today or check out all the other latest gadgets at f5live.tv/Microsoft.
That's why I love doing an event like this, because it doesn't matter whether you're doing robotics or chainmail or you're doing something music-based. There's all kinds of ways to make things. And we've got another guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Elizabeth A. Baker, and I am the executive director and founder of the new music Conflagration.
Very cool. And what is that?
We have the world's worst elevator pitch because we do so many things.
It's okay. It happens.
In a nutshell,
we got 10 minutes. We're good.
Basically, it would take me 10 minutes to explain. Basically, what we're doing is we're presenting a lot of challenging music in non-traditional venues throughout the counties, both counties, Pinellas and Hillsborough.
Okay.
Things that you would hear in New York and Chicago, San Francisco, chamber music. And also we're doing instrumental petting zoos, which is kind of a fun term. Yes.
I love that term. What does it mean?
Basically, kids and adults can come and pet our instruments.
Okay.
With guidance.
Maybe interact with an instrument they've never gotten to touch before?
People love our Theremin.
Sure.
I have a Theremin, which I bring to our programs. I'm personally a concert pianist, but I happen to play Theremin and guitar as well.
Okay.
So
that is an instrument that has managed to make a special mark in the world.
Everyone, like when we first started doing stuff, people were like, "Oh man, this sounds like sci-fi stuff," and then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, Sheldon from The Big Bang." I'm like, first of all, his theremin technique is not on point. Let me tell you. And so I have to like correct people immediately when they come. They're like, "We're like, no, pitch. It's a thing. You can play you can actually play a song on this. It's a thing." So,
but it certainly has had its special place through Sci-Fi.
It was actually like a Russian military instrument, like a proximity detector, and then the technology from that became the theremin that we know today.
Okay, sure.
We specialize in weird over at the NMC.
See, that's the thing. Weird stuff turns into music all the time.
Yes.
So it's not.
But
surprising.
we're big, and I'll speak about it in my speech later on today. We're really big on education because I actually wrote a post for their blog for Gulf Coast MakerCon, talking about the fact that we live in a culture where making is so big that people don't stop and take the time to really understand what's going on.
Sure.
And especially with music, there's a wealth of information. And I'm not talking about Mozart, I'm not talking about Beethoven, I'm talking about modern composers today and ones that might have just died as well too, that were doing interesting things and creating new textures, and you need to know about them to really move on and become a full, well-rounded artist.
Yeah, it tends to be overlooked most of the time, and it's a great learning experience that you're actually going out and trying to educate people on.
Yep.
And music is such a big part of everybody's life. It's everywhere.
I talk about this, yeah.
So to not understand its background can be disappointing.
Not even just that. A lot of people don't really realize. I often say music is everywhere, but nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Because people, it's in the background, you're listening to it, but are you really listening to the very bottom of that mix? Are you really taking in all of the different textures and tones, and not just this chord, but what's making that sound like that?
That's so true.
Dissecting it and knowing, especially with a lot of modern music that's all, synth.
Not necessarily all synth, but I mean, we do a lot of stuff, as I said, with chamber music, where it's very esoteric, but the better you are as a listening comprehender, listening comprehension, the more you start to see the links between these things that seem on the surface very disparate.
Very cool. So if somebody wanted to participate,
yes,
how would they do that? How would they find out where you're going to be?
Well, we have a website.
Excellent.
It is thenewmusicconflagration.org.
Okay.
You can attempt to spell that, and then Google will correct you.
The good news is we will put it up underneath here.
You didn't ask me what conflagration means.
Okay.
It is a great raging fire which destroys a large parcel of land or property.
Okay.
And so we're looking
thinking I should have asked.
Yes.
I actually knew what the word meant. It's the reason why I didn't ask. Because to me, I already knew, so I just moved on.
But a lot of people, like every
Most
time
people
I
don't know.
talk to Tallahassee for like state stuff, like, you know, taxes and whatever, I have to explain it to them and spell it. So we're also, you know, promoting the word conflagration, bring it back into regular everyday talk.
She's just educating everyone.
Indeed. See? Educator at heart, just
We're
everywhere.
actually all educators
Cool.
in Pinellas County. So yeah, we're there, and we really just want people to learn, and I want them to learn deductive reasoning because then people don't ask stupid questions.
We hope. They have to both learn it and implement it.
That's the deductive reasoning part. Deductive reasoning, critical thinking, they all go together. It's important.
Indeed. So, what kinds of places or events do you show up to? Obviously here.
Here, we put on different things. Like I said, we'll play in libraries. We had a marimba concert in a bar recently where
Okay.
we taught people about what a marimba was, and we played marimba music from Bach all the way to modern music.
Okay.
We did actually a concert on the beach, which was virtually participated in around the world. You would watch sunset at over a body of water, and
Sure.
we had people from around the world who submitted tracks, and we created an entire virtual concert which people experience. So it's really anywhere that we can swing, and
That sounds like quite an undertaking.
and that we can do, because like I said, I'm actually a professional concert pianist, so I travel. Many of our directors are band directors
Okay.
in the county, and so when we have extra time, then we do extra things.
Sure.
But it's really like, where can we promote new music?
Understood.
And to me, that's everywhere within reason.
Definitely.
I agree.
Definitely.
Very cool. That's what a organization it sounds like. Is this a full-time thing?
For me, it's full time because there's only maybe 4 or 5 staff members to do the work of like 48 staff members.
Yeah.
But we love it, and we're all musicians, and you know, like I said, I mean, me being a concert pianist and composer, I have a little bit more time than most people. I also substitute teach in Pinellas County. So I have a little bit more time than the others to do things. In fact, we actually have one of our directors, she's doing her mandatory training at P-Tech right now for her job. She's actually going to do like social working. So she works as well with kids, and we do what we can. Sometimes we don't sleep.
Understood. Is it a nonprofit or a corporation?
It is a nonprofit.
Well, 5 people doing the work of 48 is par for the course for a nonprofit.
We all work for free right now. So, but we do like donations, because we try to pay our performers, because we use student performers from colleges and high schools around the area alongside professional musicians like from the Florida Orchestra and other places. Cool. So it's really like a building experience, not just for the community but for the players as well too, which is wonderful.
Yeah, getting the kind of experience of not just playing but being involved in an educational.
Well, not just playing in a school, setting. It gives them real world, like, this is what you're going to get into when you leave school.
People you don't know sitting on the other side listening.
And also, like, especially with not I say little, but they're college kids. You know, college kids, they don't always.
I'm little.
What they learn is problem solving, because sometimes they come to me and they're like, "Man, I really don't like working with that person." And I'm like, "Well, calm down.
That's a sad story.
We have to." It happens. I cannot speak on record, but I will say there are many organizations that do orchestral things around the area that have internal problems where players maybe almost got into fisticuffs with people. So,
what, artists not getting along?
So it's a great thing for them to learn that problem solving. Like, how do I get through a professional situation where I really hate my stand partner? And, we teach them sort of those skills of how to keep it easy, keep it breezy, and don't touch the children, because we always say that. Yeah. I say that because, a lot of them want to go into education, and we're like, you can show people how to do stuff without actually physically touching them. Yeah. I saw your face.
like a violin or a flute could be, your first thought might be to help them hold it properly or something, but
you can demonstrate, and that's actually a learned, a very valuable skill that you don't always get from school.
Yeah.
In the real world, how do you teach this little kid who can't really quite hold something,
hold it right,
and how to really demonstrate it in different ways so that they can grasp it without you breaking county laws.
Right, exactly.
And getting sued, losing your job.
Oh,
they're
not
really
worth it.
important skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming by and talking to us and telling us about the organization.
Of course.
Have a good rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
Music is, like we said, music is everywhere, and the better you can appreciate what it is and why it is and how it is.
Definitely, and it also helps that she's so passionate about what she does, and that really helps the kids learn about it easier and faster.
I'd imagine kids and adults.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
There's all kinds of adults that don't know anything
when
about
you're
the music
passionate,
they listen to.
Yeah, when you're passionate about what you do, it just makes everything better.
Yeah, and it makes the people around you more interested in participating.
Definitely.
It's a lot easier to care about something if the person you're there with who's doing it cares too.
Definitely.